Hi, everyone. I'm going to do number 20. Journal 20, Wednesday, January 5th, 2022, Sidequest. Hi, these you, all these you on your way, come welcome. Let's wonder, how doesing the right? I was marching through my main quest, making steady progress, getting closer to solving the riddle of sentimentality, when a journeyside NPC yelled, "Hi, these you," in my direction. Then he, that level of intrusion conjures a he in my mind, followed with a question about my writing process. And suddenly my attention was swept off course onto a new course, this side quest. In today's journal, I will be writing about my writing schedule, another component of its process. That schedule depends on the day. I teach on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, exhausting all three. People who lack understanding of academia often assume I have a 12-hour work week because you're only in the classroom 12 hours a week. I have yet to hear my accusers level the equivalent charge at attorneys, claiming they only work 12 hours a year because that's all the time they spend in a courtroom addressing a witness, judge, or jury. My point, I don't write on those 3 days, nor do I ingest caffeine. The immediacy of the demands enables me to stay on task. I wake up at 5 a.m., intensely pedal a stationary bike for 15 minutes, shower, work until bedtime, shower again, then go to bed. The second shower is a transition ritual. I'm washing off the work like a secular wudu. Sleep is sacred to me. I'm terrible at it, but I still regard it with reverence. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I divide my hours, half to writing, half to work. Writing comes first, after my coffee has taken effect, until I'm too tired to focus. At the point of transition, I exercise. After exercise, I start work. During the writing half, there's nothing precious about my method. Maybe it's longhand, maybe keyboard, at home, away. It's 100% discipline, all craft, no art. Saturdays can go one of two ways. If I didn't sleep well the night before, it's just another Tuesday. But if I slept well, I enter holy mode. All art, no craft. I begin with a stationary bike, the usual. Then I shower, brief and unrelaxing. It's not symbolic, like cleanliness preceding prayer. It's purely a matter of hygiene, like shower stalls beside a public pool. We rinse off the filth before getting in. In my house, there's a writing room, which I will not enter filthy, and I will only enter on these days, but not immediately. When I get out of the shower, I drink a cup of decaf coffee and begin clearing the coming day of possible distractions. For half an hour, I address every foreseeable NPC intrusion. Then I pour my first cup of caffeinated coffee, eat the first half of my first breakfast, take my first dose of sativa, finish my breakfast, and then I enter my sanctuary where my attention is unfracturable, at least until my bladder is too full to ignore. That's my first break. After that break, I step outside to look at the sky for roughly as long as I rode the bike, as an investment in the day's wakefulness. Then I pour my second cup of caffeinated coffee, eat the first half of my second breakfast, take my second dose of sativa, eat the second half of my second breakfast, and finally return to the writing room, where I continue to indulge in art with no consideration of craft. On Sundays, I fast to reset, nothing but water between Saturday's last dinner and Monday's first breakfast. Although today is technically Wednesday, it's Christmas break, so it's a Tuesday to me. That's the reason I was able to fulfill this side quest, which is now complete. Farewell, Mr. NPC. Okay, that's it. That's number 20. People sometimes ask, friends and whatever will ask, like, why I don't do these videos in a more like a clickbait-tudinous way. And then they give me advice about content or keywords or like titles or whatever. And like, it makes sense what they're saying. And like, think titles. One of these videos was titled Titles. This one's Sidequest. That doesn't draw people in. There's no, like, nothing I do is algorithmic. But that's on purpose. I can't stand like forever. I can't stand focusing on like, okay, so if you're a YouTube content creator and you give algorithms just a moment's attention, and you plan your videos accordingly, and you structure them accordingly, and you deliver them accordingly, and it just like, everything according to algorithm. I don't want to be a subscriber, to that channel. When I was a teenager, growing like 13, 15, everyone knows what a teenager is. My friends and I would talk disparagingly about corporate music. And maybe people still do this, but like corporate music. And by that, I mean, we all meant music that is produced with a calculated intention of maximizing revenue, like selling the masses. I mean, there's just no heart at all. They're like, I mean, there isn't even a chest. There's just like a gaping abyss where the sternum should be. And so that kind of soulless money grab is what I've always loathed in everything. Music is just one example. I mean, like, there's no offense to Max Martin and guys like and gals and whatever. And sort of Max Martin as a symbol of like, that guy is talented. I mean, very few peers that Swede. But rather than listening to that kind of radio hit, I like, give me, I don't know, like Daniel Johnston or something, like Speeding Motorcycle or whatever. Heart, that has, or like Wesley Willis. I mean, maybe you know who he is, maybe you don't. If you don't, go look him up. It's not like your life was terrible before and is better now, but you'll enjoy yourself. You cannot argue that he didn't have artistic integrity, like no business acumen, but that's some artistic integrity. So if I'm watching one of these, like YouTube video, it's a conversation or like a monologue or whatever, and the speaker, the host, starts reading some corporate script about cereal, trying to sell me or like a mattress. I can't keep watching. Or alternatively, on the opposite side of that, those videos that are just too negative for any corporate entity to want to affiliate, with it. The whole point of those videos is to just bash movies or video games or celebrities or like, as I mean, just negativity for the traffic. I don't want that either. There are good ones. There are quite a few channels that have positivity and empathy and integrity and no like creepy corporate sell me stuff. Look, one comes to mind, or like my favorite one comes to mind as an example of what we should all be aiming for, trying to emulate. And that is, anyways, guys, if you know who I'm talking about, you're like nodding along in agreement. If you don't know who I'm talking about, then that's the first clue of your scavenger hunt. And I'll end there. Until next time, except to say bye and wish you luck in all of life's scavenger hunts. Every scavenger hunt that you go on, I wish you the best of success. Bye, everyone.